Okay, we are live. Apologies for the screen showing the world map because Foundry is being an ornery child, so people will be rolling dices mostly off screen, and we shall be engaging theater of the mind for the most part. Or maybe I can't. Probably can't throw the actual map on the screen here. It's fine. All right. All right. Welcome to session 14, I think, of the Dead Sea God. It's either 13 or 14. It's 14. Haha, I was correct. All right. When last we left off, the party attended an auction. There was a kerfuffle as a thief tried to steal a valuable map to a new natural resource or natural phenomenon. I forget how we described it. One of those two. And the party made an interesting discovery and spoke with Barrett briefly, and they have now agreed to have a more formal meeting with him. Is there anything else anyone would like to add to our little synopsis here?
No. Our bestie, Shava, made some connections.
Shava made some connections. Also, while this conversation was happening, I forgot earlier, technically, Ferrido wasn't there.
Yeah, Ferrido wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
No, she was getting laid.
Getting laid.
So, technically, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, Ferrido's.
I mean, unless you guys shared the information over the headsets or something, but either way, I think you guys agreed that you would fill her in later.
So, Ferrido's off having a good old time. All right. So, if I remember correctly, Barrett asked you all to give him about an hour to get things situated with the thief before coming to his quarters and discussing the possibility of getting paid to go fix the problem that he has been now having. Was there anything you guys wanted to do in that hour before you go talk to him?
Other people can go first if they want to.
Oh, I didn't realize you were sharing your camera. I apologize.
No, first sit over here dancing.
Dancing.
Now I feel like I should be on camera.
I just wanted to make everybody jealous of my sweet and sour pork.
I see you eating your sweet and sour pork.
All right.
I am pretty jealous.
Much per cub. All right. So, if nobody else had anything they wanted to do, Gina, what did you want to do? Not Gina, Kelsey.
I was just gonna check in and make sure my sister was getting the fuck out. So I was gonna go track her down.
Lindsay, do you want to field that one?
Yeah. So you are still on a boat in the middle of a river. So GTFOing right now is basically probably going to her room and like barricading it and or preparing to defend herself in the event of shenanigans.
This is true.
You could so your best guess would probably be to go to her room. And
okay,
like,
I'll go to her.
All right, cool.
So. I would know like what kind of things she can do, right?
You would your sister's particular abilities mean that she has a tendency to swap out things, swap out abilities depending on what she has been doing lately.
Mm-hmm.
But you would have a general idea that you would have. What is the sort of question? What are you looking to figure out if she can or cannot do?
I want to know if she has any ability to contact any of our other siblings, because undoubtedly we have siblings that can facilitate her easy escape. So that would be my thing.
Well, you do know that she has been contacting you via cryptogram.
Yes.
That as far as you are immediately aware is what it is. But if nothing else, you are on an archipelago, several days journey from the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
So getting her out of here would not be anything swiftly accomplished. Like no one's getting here in any kind of swifter than normal method.
Okay.
And also she is
we're not related to anyone who can.
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
Teleport her out, basically.
No, you don't have anyone with access to the 9th level spell gate in your employ.
I don't. Are you sure? I'm not.
Yes,
related.
I am positive nobody of your association has access to the 9th level spell gate. Or there's a slightly lower level one that isn't gate. Isn't that correct? Carissa, is there a slightly lower level spell than the 9th level gate spell that could instantly traverse several hundred miles of ocean to yeet someone to safety?
For Kitty and Day, who have not played enough D&D to understand how ridiculous this is, spell levels are not the same thing as class levels.
Yeah.
A lot of classes can't even get 9th level spells. It's level 16, I think.
Yeah, thereabouts. It's in
of like a wizard or something.
Out of 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm sorry. If I'm understanding this correctly, they have a level 16 spell when most people can't even get a 9?
No.
No.
You have to be character level
to get 9th level spell.
Yeah, you have to be, like, you would need a level 16 wizard, basically, to get a level 9 spell. And a reminder, you all just turned level 2. Well, technically you don't until after you get off this boat.
So
to put it into perspective, in Critical Role, where their campaign went on for almost 4 years, they ended it on level 10. And that was their levels, not their spell levels. So that's how long it can take to get to level 16.
It takes a very long time.
Unless you are, like, hot-footing it. Which, granted, after this, we are going to be hot-footing your leveling just a tiny bit, but that's mostly so we can get to good shit.
Yeah.
But
game doesn't start until 3rd level, baby.
That is mostly why we will be hot-footing
I'll
it.
go to college.
I'm gonna go to wizard college.
All right. Anyway, so to answer your question, no, you do not have anyone who could come and get her in that sort of swift manner. And secondly, of people who can easily get into the archipelago, which I remind you, the merfolk do kind of care about things like visas and shit. Your sister is arguably the one who can get in and out the easiest of the family. Yeah. Not that the others can't get in, but as far as, like, she would be the one to extricate herself of the people available.
Okay.
Sorry, just freaking gate.
Hey, man.
She had to ask.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It is always safe to ask.
Maybe there's someone in the family who has 9th level spells.
Oh, it's the one that doesn't like you. Joking, by the way.
Yeah, no, but yes, if you did have someone, it would be the one who doesn't like you.
Mama, no.
Gotcha. All right. Anyway, so with that in mind.
In mind, would you like to go see your sister? Or see if your sister's there?
My beautiful, beloved sister.
All right. So you recall where her room is, so you go. Are you just gonna, like, try and open the door? You gonna knock and say something? What you doing out here?
I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna say, it's me.
Classic Benny.
Very much classic Benny. Let me make sure. Can I have this thing? Oh my god. Okay, wait, I can just click on the map. Sorry, I forget all I wanted to double check something. Can I open this? Thank you. Because I wanted to make certain what effects she would have available to her in case. Yeah, okay. So you get, the door is going to creak. The door handle is going to, like, do that little twitch thing it does, and then it's going to be clearly unlocked and slightly ajar. but she is not specifically at the door, like she's not poking her head out or anything. And she's gonna say, it's like, yeah, come in.
I will walk in and I will close the door behind me. We should
Okay,
probably
as
walk.
you are walking in, she is sort of standing behind the door as though she had a ready, with her hand up in the format that to you, to a mechanical standpoint, would have been a ready action to do something to you had you not been you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You don't know what spell she might have been about to throw at you, but you do acknowledge she was ready to action to do something.
I'm so proud of her. She's so strong. That's my
Yes.
favorite sister in the whole world.
And then she's like, oh, thank God. A reminder, she is still currently in character, as it were. Okay. Oh my God, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. But I believe I'm going to be entering into business with this man.
Oh. Well. Family business and all that still. Well. As far as I'm aware, he seems like a decent enough business individual as far as what we were doing. Good luck with that, and keep an ear out for me if anything else is going on with whatever the hell that was.
Is there anything you wanted to know?
Oh.
Were you looking for anything specific?
Well, I mean, not that I would ever try to use something against an individual for my own benefit or the benefit of the family, but if you found out something that hypothetically one could use as a sort of in or leverage in the event that things go sour, that is always an appreciated option to have available at one's disposal.
Good thing we have Encryptogram now. He is going to, he'll probably do that. He also doesn't like this man for threatening indirectly his sister. So, yeah, while they're entering into business, he's not averse to trying to fuck him a little bit. So, I'm also going to, he's a big boy. He's a stoic boy, but he do love his sister though, so he's just going to gently touch her shoulder and ask, "Are you okay?"
And she's gonna like sort of tilt her head and give this like sweet look to you, and she's gonna like pat you on your cheek through the scarf and whatnot. It's like, Benny, I always take care of myself, but I always like making sure you're taken care of too. We keep an eye out for each other. I'm good.
If you need anything, if you have difficulty getting off the ship, find me.
Will do, but we should be fine. As far as I'm aware, Barrett seems to be very amicable if like you are a business partner of some description. And I did just throw quite a bit of money to get some wood out of this deal. I think she bought the wood.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's the one who got the Baroness lumber deal, right? Am I forgetting?
She did, I thought.
Yeah,
she did.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Was that also a family venture?
You can't fathom why she, as an individual, would want a fuck ton of wood, but wood is good for building boats, so probably a family venture.
Oh, so true, so true. Makes sense then. Then I have to go back. So I'm gonna give her shoulder a little squeeze and say, "Don't hesitate to contact me."
Never.
Oh, my sister. And then I'm gonna
Also,
go back to the squad. Go ahead.
Before you leave, though, try and keep me updated on where you are. It's easier to get a hold of you whenever we run out of our little, if we run out of cryptograms. And also if I need to send you anything. It's so hard to find you most of the times. You never let me know where you are.
It's safer for both of us.
All right, well, at least I'll figure out how to get a hold of you like always. Anyway, carry on.
Then I'll go back for the squad.
All right, squad. You are now 4 people once more. Does anybody want to try and get Farida? Or y'all just gonna leave her to her devices?
Are we aware of what she's doing?
That's what I was just gonna say. Do we know anything about how she disappeared? Or left, or whatever it was, walked away?
I feel like Koki was the most likely to see how things were going between her and her 2 associates. So I feel like you might know. Carissa, do you have any further thoughts?
See, I'm looking at the perception checks because we didn't take them out of the history.
Oh, I didn't roll very well last time.
Yeah, she was actually really preoccupied with whatever was going.
Oh yeah.
All my drinks were taking up my.
All right. You all were trying to keep an eye out in general about how things were going down. Benny was a little distracted by his sister because that's what he was most concerned with. Shava technically rolled pretty well the entire time, but she's not here, so we're gonna skip her. Farida was very aware of what was going on until she wasn't there anymore. And then after that, it seems like probably Ray and Day were pretty close. So if you both were kind of like watching where, you know, people were going off and running to in the madhouse that it was, do you feel like it's realistic that your characters would have noticed that Farida left? You would have noticed she left with Blue and Hazel.
She's been chatting up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then I also know that they were having a good time. Like, she did not feel threatened the whole time. She, you know, like, I felt like she felt she was very safe. Now, whether that's actually the case or not, we don't know. But that's how we both felt, at least during the time, because they were both very charismatic throughout the entire event.
They were having a good time.
Yeah, they were. And I kept lubing them up.
There you go. Yeah,
So,
you would have seen the 3 of them flirting pretty hard while you were serving drinks.
So up to you guys. I don't know. Like, at the risk of intervening what could be a very lovey-dovey threesome going on out there.
I was going to say menage a trois, but yeah, threesome, fair enough.
Yeah, you know, that little. I'm all down for a menage a trois.
I love the difference between terms. Like, Lindsay straight up said associates.
Wait, when did I say associates? I probably did, but
like a minute and a half ago.
fair enough.
Was having a good time with her associates.
God damn it!
Just trying to keep it PG.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, I have vocabulary, and my brain just inserts it sometimes. Carry on.
Are you thinking that this is a Freudian slip, or are you?
No, I'm just saying that my brain defaults to using different words. For example, every time I say, do you need a vessel for something? Like if I'm trying to send people home with leftovers, everyone looks at me like, what the bollocks are you saying? And then I immediately have to like make the buck shape with my hands and indicate like a vessel, a food vessel, a to-go container, a Tupperware. Because I like using the word vessel by default because it's a cool word and nobody knows what the fuck I'm saying. So it's the same thing with associates.
How do they not know what vessel is? Vessel is something that carries something else.
Well, it's not always clear in context what kind of vessel.
For example, I can also use it to refer to.
Boat for all I care. If it's got food, I'm taking it with me.
I was going to say, because it can also be, I have also used it in context to mean a water vessel, as in like a bottle of water or a glass of some description. So yes, context is important. Vessel is a very versatile word, but therefore it needs context in order to make sense. It's very much like, as I understand it, ancient Hebrew, which had like one word that meant like 15 different things, and you needed freaking context clues in the basic understanding of the sentence to figure out what the fuck was going on. Yes, I have
Today's session of D&D, we relate Lindsay's character traits to ancient Hebrew languages. It's fine.
Okay, hey, we're not on a hard deadline of 9 p.m. tonight. I'm having fun. Anyway,
I'm not complaining.
So freaking Faraday is getting stooped of some description, or doing some stooping. Does anyone want to potentially bother her? Is the question.
I did do that bit where I was like, turn off your comm, turn off your comm. I like to think I did.
That's true, you did.
You did. So it is possible that she will just be out of this unless, I mean, how long do you feel your Faraday's engagement would be going on? Because he did say an hour. You might be able to catch up with them after.
It's 3 women.
I have no context for what that means, Caressa.
It's going to take longer than an hour.
Fair enough.
Not necessarily.
All right. 3 women the first time they're having a good time and they don't have a deadline.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Well,
Not
I
every
assume,
time. But...
I was going to say at least the 2 of the individuals involved, probably this is not the first time they are engaging.
No, but they've got a new player on board.
Exactly.
I'm saying.
And now they have to share. They have to take turns. This takes time.
Okay.
Anyways, this whole fade to black thing is slowly falling apart. Let's move away from this conversation.
As we have gotten very much out of as we are slowly getting out of the fade to black section. My apologies.
We're all imagining this great fun that Faraday's having, and then we leave her alone, and she comes back. And she's like, "Those bitches."
They were awful.
All night long.
Hazel's a starfish, and the other one just stared at both of us.
Okay, just for clarification, I continue to not know what the fuck you're talking about, and I do not want clarification. Just so we're clear, I am a tiny, like, little. I am still a nerd. God damn it!
Awful. We're all awful, and I'm sorry. I'm probably blowing my mic with how hard I'm laughing.
Lord, I just freaking day. Oh my god. Christ almighty. Okay.
Was that enough of a show for you?
Yeah, yes. Thank you.
Anyways, if none of the characters feel like they're going to go knock and see if they want to get Farida, we'll just assume you didn't. Anybody want to volunteer? Anybody cares?
I think I would probably check in at quarter till.
Okay.
Probably, if no one else plans on it, because I would have reconvened with the peeps if no one's going anywhere, but I would probably check in at like quarter till to make sure that if she was planning on attending, or if she was going to be busy.
One I can always go into with the premise that somebody ordered them drinks.
You could go.
Yes,
for
you
it.
could bring them like a bottle of champagne or something.
Yeah.
On the house, yeah.
Like, this is from an anonymous donor, and it's like blah blah blah, and then I just give Farida a little wink wink and a nod to see if she needs to get out.
That would work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With what you know from your drink serving, you're very easily able to, with your charisma, to get back into the serving areas where Benny was working to get that bottle of wine and find the room for both Plu and Hazel. Nobody really questions it because you were down there serving everybody drinks. And everybody's kind of stressed out. So everybody's like, yep, sure. It's the bottles over there. They're in room XYZ. And it does not take long for you to get to that door. How do you want to garner attention?
Oh, Farida's door?
Plu and Hazel's door, where Farida's at.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I'd just knock on the door.
All right.
I want to be as professional as possible. I'm still under the guise.
You could say room service of some description. I believe that is traditional knocking and saying room service.
is up to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Katie, up until this point, I have not given you any say in what's going on, but I feel like you can take it from here. What's happening?
I've been trying to not participate. Would I even be the one to open the door? Like, it makes more sense out of game, but in game, I would never. If I was at my friend's apartment and someone knocked on their door, I'm not answering my friend's door.
If you went to a convention with friends, though, or met friends at a convention and you were hanging out in their hotel room, would you answer the door?
I'm gonna say yes because it's more convenient, but the answer is no.
Okay, then you don't have to answer the door.
Okay, I know I'm a major player. I need a little bit of time.
You're fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is happening. Benny and Ray, where are you guys hanging out before meeting up with Barrett while Cookie goes and checks on Farida?
I wanted to know if I was able to see the person who won the cloak, if I was able to see where they went.
Ooh.
You absolutely can. Let me pull that back up.
That would be Nabora.
Nabora was Barrett's lawyer who won. You know for a fact that Nabora was the person who was attacked, and you could probably find out what room they are and see if they're there or not, or if they're still with Barrett.
I'm gonna look at Benny. How much trouble would we be in if I tried to steal something from one of Barrett's employees before we met? Just theoretically.
Probably a lot. Who are you stealing from?
So theoretically, someone who won something in the auction.
The cloak?
You said it, not me.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that if I took it, could they find it? You know, that's its whole thing.
Fuck him.
But what?
Fuck him. How much time do we have? How much time would this be? I would have only checked in with my sister for maybe like 10 minutes, so we would have time, right?
To be fair, part of why we asked this was under the assumption that Ray was going to go off and do shenanigans, which is why we gave you guys an hour. So
yeah, okay.
I'm so glad to live up to those expectations immediately.
I would say, let's see, even if we fudge how soon Cookie went off, they said she'd give her about a quarter till the meetup. So let's say she left 5 minutes before that. You have about 20 minutes before the meetup.
Okay.
It's not that big of a boat.
Yeah.
You're leaning in like really close, even though I'm like 3 feet short.
I'll stoop down a little bit.
Are you giving me permission?
You're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, but I'll feel better if you give me permission.
You have permission to steal from this man and all his associates.
Oh, I want to go. I want to go to her room. I want to rogue my way over to that.
So here's the thing. Also, I could like try to provide you cover, but if you're trying to stealth, I'm only gonna fucking hurt you. So
you could provide a distraction.
I know, but I'm also not good at Chaw, so I'm not a good actor.
I will also remind you guys, you still have the night on this boat. There is still at least like 8 hours of rest before you are to dock. approximately.
But do you want to get it now?
I want that close.
I know it doesn't matter, but I was fake rolling my die and it hit a 20 and I wanted people to know.
Good job!
You're having a very good time.
Very good.
Yeah, that was you know what, I'm gonna keep that joke on the inside, actually. Never mind.
I appreciate that because I think I'm trying to remember what we had on the consent forms, and I'm worried. I'm like, fuck. I think
it was fade to black, which is fine.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we were violating anything on that regard.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll double check.
I think we can all assume from a nat 20 that things are going great on that corner of the boat.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not what I meant. I'm so sorry.
It's what we mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was just excited and Jordan
You
went
have
to take a
shared
shower,
joy
so I
with
couldn't go
us.
tell her.
Okay, here's my compromise for you. What if I go and I stand at the end of the hallway and act as a lookout?
Casual reminder, you guys have comms.
Yeah, so I can be at the end of the hallway and I can do the beep beep. I can tap tap and be a lookout for Ray while Ray does sneaky stealies.
So here's the other problem. Do any of you know where their room is?
No.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to scout. So even if we don't have time in the 20 minutes that we have, I'll still know where it is.
Which is partially why I mentioned the whole you have an evening on the boat thing. So you can definitely scout now and then perhaps act on this scouting knowledge later.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Cool.
Does anything come to mind on how you would go about finding out which one of their rooms is theirs?
Can you not just do the same thing you did to find my room? Be like, oh, I have food to deliver.
Actually,
I don't work here.
No, but Benny working in the kitchen probably would have access to the guests' room numbers.
God damn it. Okay.
Benny! Also, I did want to say I desperately wanted Benny to be the one to come up because I thought it would be so funny.
Don't make Benny go through this. Stop it.
Because Benny and Faraday have such a weird dichotomy, with the only thing that they respect each other is because they both like boats, and that would have been so funny.
He's also gay. He doesn't need to see 3 sets of titties.
Wait, what? I did not know this about Benny.
I also didn't know he was gay. Love that for him.
And now we're slowly getting more Benny lore in the most unexpected ways.
Happy Pride!
The Benny lore
Happy
is
Pride Month to Benny!
Draw a picture of Benny just in a flag.
Oh, yeah, have you seen that video of that guy doing the drag with the rainbow wigs? That's secretly
It's
Benny
good.
in his heart.
There we go. That's what Benny wishes he could be.
We can just
Doesn't
give
Benny, like,
a
wear a
pride flag
scarf?
for his scarf. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm not gonna lie to you, he would wear it. He wouldn't say anything about it, but he would. But yeah, every June 1st, that video of that man with the pride flag and the rainbow wigs, that's him on the inside, even if he's totally unmoving on the outside.
Fair.
Anyway, the point is, yes, I will go do this for Ray.
Yes.
All right. Let's say you getting there without arousing suspicion, because I'm assuming you're both trying to be careful.
Yeah.
And getting back. Getting there takes you about 5 minutes to get there and get the information. There's like a posting with all of like the people's names and their room numbers in the kitchen. You don't really need to ask anybody. And you would have been familiar with that with them having sent you to your sister's room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty quick for you to get down there and look at the thing. Question is, now you can tell Ray that information, and Ray would then have about 15 minutes to see what the state of the room is. Or you guys can possibly get you to meet back up, get you stationed correctly, kind of scout out a little bit more, and maybe do something tonight. What would you prefer?
I want to scout out the location.
Okay.
It's Ray's mission. I'm following along.
All right. So let's see. Everybody's pretty spooked.
Everyone is pretty spooked.
All right. As long as you're just scouting and you're just kind of walking around, nobody's really going to give you too much of a look. As you guys are scouting, you do notice which one is the door to their room?
I'm pretty sure they're bottom left.
Yes. Okay. So they actually have one of the corner rooms. It's one of the big giant rooms on the boat. It's the one on the south side, closest to the kitchen. So it's actually not too far away from where Benny was getting this information. As you guys are kind of scouting around, you know from the north hall, because there's those two main halls that run straight down the body of the boat, there is 2 guards posted outside of a door. You assume that those are probably the guards that dragged away the thief earlier, and they are guarding a central room, no windows door. So, with that keep in mind, there is like 1 guard that's kind of doing a loop. And that is about all that's going on. Nobody, while you're standing there, has come in or left the room that is Nabora and Bellis's.
So there's 1 guard doing rounds and then 2 at the door.
Yeah, but the door is on the opposite hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So they could probably hear you. They're not terribly far away, but you are well outside their line of sight.
Chris, I have sent you a message for confirmation.
Window.
Understood.
There is a window into their room. In fact, all 4 of the major corner rooms have little itty bitty balconies, and the end of each hallway also has a window. So there is probably a window right beside the balcony to Nabora and Bellis's room.
Ray's pretty nimble, right, babe?
I'm sorry, I'm taking a picture of Rosie because I'm putting it in the chat now. You guys need to see.
I mean, to be fair, we were sharing dice bags earlier, and also thank you for complimenting. It is kind of like a really cool shape on that bag. I like it. Oh, yeah, blep. Is that a blep or is that?
That's cute.
It's your blep.
Blep.
It is a blep, and she was suckling in her sleep.
Oh my gosh!
What a big baby.
The baby. All right, heisty business or scouting for heisty business.
So there is a balcony and a window.
Mm-hmm.
Have they brought their prizes back to their rooms yet, or are they still locked up with everything?
I think everyone had the option of sort of taking their like physical prizes with them and things, and it seems like Nabora like would have the things would have been brought to the rooms by now, I think. Especially because there was somebody who was trying to steal shit. They probably would have been like, okay, if this is your stuff, we're getting it to you immediately so that there is no potential for funny business.
And the guards are going to have shifts, right?
Probably. But there's only the 1 walking around right now. So whoever replaces them is probably just going to do the same thing. He's just making meandering loops around the circle. Probably takes him a few minutes to make it, maybe 5 at most.
So there will be openings where the only guards will be the ones in front of the door.
There'll be moments where there's only guards in that upper hallway.
Got it.
You are aiming for the lower hallway.
Got it. Are the windows or the balconies accessible, or they're higher up?
They're.
I'm gonna look at Benny with a very unsettling grin. You know, the kind with teeth. And I'm just gonna tell him, I think I have an idea for later. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
It's a very deep sigh. But also, I do support this venture because I really do hate this man. So, and I think Ray deserves that cloak. I feel bad.
Ray deserves something nice.
Ray does deserve something
Yes,
nice.
I
Ray's a good boy.
I mean, he currently does still, as far as nice things is considered, he does still have a duck.
He does have a duck. That's true.
You do have a duck.
I do have my duck.
Does my sister have the identify spell?
Considering I think that's 3rd level, the answer is no.
Fuck. Shit.
You guys are just gonna have to wait till you get into a town somewhere.
Also, or just trial and do it the old-fashioned way, trial and error. Which, by the way, I forget if I mentioned this earlier, but technically, rules as written in 5th edition, indicate that actually all you have to do is like meditate with an item for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, to attune.
No, not to attune. To figure out all of its shit.
Really?
The identify spell is like completely useless basically in this gen, which
It tells you if it's cursed.
Yes. Well, actually not even that, depending on our level of curses. No, it doesn't. Depending on the level of curse, also because the cursed items are stupid also in this level, which is why you and I talked about having different levels of cursed items. Anyway, my point is, technically, we did give Ray this information because it was raw at the time, but we have since decided we're not doing that anymore, and we are playing it old school as far as, like, you either figure it out by trial and error or you get the identify spell involved because you guys are because otherwise it's just stupid. Why would meditating with an item for 15 minutes if you are not magically apt in any way tell you what it does?
Okay.
But no, she probably would not have the identify spell, unfortunately.
Damn it. It was a thought.
It was a thought, and it was a good try.
Didn't we decide that they can still attune to stuff? They just don't know what it's doing?
Yeah, no, that's always been the mechanic. That's how it was in like 3.5 and everything. You can, and I think attuning. Does attuning take a short or long rest in this gen?
I thought attuning
short.
Attuning was short. Yeah.
Jeez,
it's a short rest because there's only 3 attuning slots in 5e, which is another thing we're gonna have to talk about eventually.
Oh. How many were there in 3?
I don't know, but especially considering like almost everything that's a magical item in 5e requires attunement.
Yeah.
God.
So we'll talk about that later. That's not important for current game.
Anyway, sorry, but just to clarify, technically rules as written, you wouldn't need the identify spell, and Ray may already have some knowledge about what the duck does, but for future things, specifically for, say, this cloak or any other magical objects you may encounter, no, the 15-minute Zen method will not function.
Gotcha.
Understood.
It's such a bad rule that even in like the PHB, there's an alternate rule right next to it. Like, you knew people weren't gonna like that, so why did you put that in there?
It's so weird.
All right.
Because Wizards of the Coast.
Because Wizards of the Coast.
Fucking Wizards of the Coast.
All right.
Yes.
So, should you choose to use something
before we get off this topic? Identify as a level 1.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Is that what it is?
Is it a level 1 spell?
It is a level 1 spell.
Oh, it takes a diamond. That's its trick. Doesn't it require like a diamond or some shit? Pearl. That's what it is. Like 100 GP pearl.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm still not even 100% sure it would be on her spell list, but I'll take a look.
It's fine. It was just a thought, but
to be fair, actually, had I realized she might be able to have it, she probably would have it over another spell because that sounds like some shit she would have.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure it would be on her base availability. Let me look here. It is not.
Okay. Anyway,
welcome back, Dave.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry.
No worries. Anyway,
all right. So Benny and Ray have plans to do stealing theft things later, possibly, maybe.
Oh.
Back to you, and you knocking on the door saying room service. It seemed like Farida didn't really feel like they would be the one that popped up, so we're gonna say Plu answered the door, and Plu kind of cracks open the door and goes, "Can I help you? I'm a little busy."
Well, hello there. I was just told that you guys were given a complimentary wine service. So I have wine and glasses and a little charcuterie plate if I may come set it up in the room.
Stops and looks at you and blinks and then turns and says over her shoulder, ladies, would you mind if room service came in for a moment?
No. God, I was supposed to talk.
So you kind of hear Hazel giggle in the back, and she gives Plu a nod that Farida can see, but Cookie cannot. She's like, give us just one moment to get decent. And she kind of closes the door for a second. You hear some shuffling behind the scenes. And as she opens back open the door, Hazel has decided to kind of just languidly dress herself in a sheet. Plu has pulled on some pants and a very loose-fitting shirt. That was very obviously haphazardly thrown on. Farida, how are you feeling?
Remember that garbage shirt I was wearing?
Mm-hmm.
I just threw it on, but it's not buttoned like what you see people wear at Pride. Or like to a club.
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
I mean, you can't
anyway.
get away with that. I believe it was what you calls it, Dragonborn do not have memories, so
Yeah.
No, they don't.
You are boobless.
I'm boobless?
You're boobless.
Oh no.
She's like, wait a minute, I didn't know I signed up for this.
I didn't realize I was boobless this whole time.
You could have been going shirtless and nobody would have said anything. I don't know. In this universe, maybe everybody can just go shirtless. All right. So,
All right. So if I'm invited into the room, then I'd like to walk in with my little cart and find a common space, hopefully as close to Farida as I can. And I pull out a folding table from underneath and I set that up with a little white cloth and I set it and put my little charcuterie plate on there and uncover it for them to be able to have easy access with the 3 wine glasses. And as I'm setting all of this up, I'd like to look at Farida and just kind of give her an eyebrows up type, like, you okay kind of look. And then I just continue to pour the wine.
I think one of my spells is like minor illusion. Is that a cantrip or a spell? And if it's a spell, can I burn it for no reason?
it is a cantrip, so you don't even need to burn it. But if you're trying to be subtle, I think it does technically have like either a gesture or a somatic component. Somebody might hypothetically notice you are casting a spell.
Aw, boo. I wanted to make the salami become a thumbs up.
1 second. Let me check this because that's too fun.
No, that I
Why
might
can't
just
you
give that
just
to
do
you
that, though?
regardless.
Why can't you just do that? It
You
can
can just come, like, take a bite and put the salami into a thumbs up.
Oh yeah, it does have a somatic component, but I don't know. Sneeze. That's too cool. Do it.
No.
Out of character, I desperately wanna help steal whatever is being stolen, but my character would not leave. What do I do?
Okay,
Well-
so first of all, that wouldn't be till later tonight, so you might be finished by then and be able to have Steely fun. Right now is mostly just the question of, do you want to be invited to the Barrett discussion?
Oh. No, I just want to help steal the thing because it sounds fun.
Then that can be later this evening.
Okay, slay.
We can work that for you. Don't worry.
Oh.
All right, Koki, you have a sausage thumbs up in front of you.
All right. Well, then I'll just, throw the bottle of wine in a no. Do you chill wine? It depends on the kind of wine. I didn't really decide what kind of wine I was bringing in. So we're going to pretend it's a chillable wine and I have a bucket of ice and I'm throwing it in there.
Good call.
Perfect. 10 out
And
of
then
10.
I just bid the ladies adieu. Thank you for being such gracious patrons tonight. And I wish you the funnest of times. I bid you adieu.
Adieu. All right, and with that, Farida now has snacks and drinks for her party. Yeah.
Hugely.
You're welcome.
Koki continues to be the best wingman in the group so far.
100%.
Koki's fucking killing it. Like, wingmanning, everything. We have it all.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a pretty nice option. My brain just gave out.
We have a nice vessel full of people.
There you go. You're perfect. All right. So with that, you guys all meet up to get ready to go into Barrett's room. And the opposite caddy corner. Nope.
I couldn't actually find a room labeled for him, but I'm willing to assume it's I think, unless it's this far corner one.
It's this one.
Okay.
So at the very end of the hall, the opposite end of Nabora and Bellis's room, the other big room is Barrett's. So by the time you guys kind of get over there around the time that he told you to, the door is already kind of partially opened in the hall, and he is already sitting at a table in his little office. Nabora is kind of sitting on a couch next to Bellis, still kind of talking to each other quietly. It's obvious they've been discussing business of some variety. How would you guys like to enter?
I'm going to act unfazed by our earlier confrontation. I'm just going to walk in the room, and I'm assuming there are chairs made available to us.
Yes.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm not sitting in a chair. I'm just going to fold my arms and wait. I'll stand behind a chair.
Okay.
It's a power move.
There you go.
I am going to walk in right after Benny, and I'm going to very clearly be imitating exactly what he's doing.
Oh, that's really cute.
I want to look tough. You're like the toughest person I know.
I only have 20 HP, and my AC is only 11. I'm not really that strong.
You look like it, though. That's the important part.
I'm also
Okay.
really short, so I'm barely above the chair I'm standing behind.
True. Your head probably comes up to where his arms are folded.
Just about, yeah.
Koki, what do you do? You are muted if you are talking.
I'm desperately trying to get to my phone so I can unmute myself. It's like my hands are so slippery I can't even hold it. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed. We're walking into Barrett's, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So Ray and Benny have decided to do the standoffish stand with their arms crossed behind some chairs that were offered for sitting. What would you like to do?
Oh. If I remember correctly, he already knows that we're not who we said we were, right?
In some capacity, he knows that you guys were the ones that were sent on the mission to figure out what was going on with the microgriffins.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of got some information out of Shava, but not all of the details.
And
last
you also
session,
don't necessarily know that Shava was telling stuff as much.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So then I'm gonna continue to be my happy-go-lucky, bouncy, positive self, and bounce to a seat and be like, "Yo, what's up?"
So Barrett, without seeming much effort, just doesn't even look at Benny or Ray, and looks directly at Koki, and goes, "Thank you for coming. One moment." And he gestures a hand from Shava. He's kind of sitting turned away from the desk at this point. Whatever desk was in here was actually large enough and has a secondary desk of average size next to him, but his desk is big enough for him, so for once he actually looks like he fits in the situation that he's in. But he turns and he looks to Shava and he goes, "If you would please, since you were already paid for their services, I would like you to take Bellis and Nabora upstairs and entertain them at the games. I think after your reaction earlier, I think it would be more appropriate for you not to be part of this discussion. He kind of doesn't leave any wiggle room for that, and so Shava takes Nabora and Bellis, and Bellis kind of gives her an apologetic look, and Nabora just kind of nods, and the three of them leave. So now it is just Koki, Ray, and Benny.
Oh, 4 of us.
Yes, three players.
Yeah.
So the easiest place for Koki to sit would have been just right in front of the other two. So now all of Barrett's focus is on Koki. And he goes, how much information do you feel like you understand of what I'm requesting?
Absolutely none.
He looks a little disquieted for a second and then kind of recoups. And he goes, okay. I would like to hire you to go and eliminate the person who was, I feel, responsible for the problem with the microgriffins. While I do respect people having their jobs and those jobs sometimes interfering with mine, it has come to my attention that it's getting to a point where I do not appreciate them possibly knowing as much about me as they do.
Ooh. A very secretive man.
He does not like it. So he's like, I will be more than happy to pay you well above what the guild would pay you, and I'm working enough with the guild that I can confidently say that. My only request is that the moment the dock lands, I would like you guys to start moving as fast as possible. The entire reason I want to hire you is because, one, you pseudo know the situation already, keeps the group small of people who understood what was happening, and two, you guys are immediately available. Unfortunately, with the things that have happened on the boat tonight, most of my guards are not going to be available to leave immediately because we will have to answer questions. So, if you're willing to leave immediately once we dock, I'll be more than happy to pay you guys a fee to go and handle this for me.
Okay.
So,
well, obviously, I cannot speak for the entire group, so maybe could you give us like 5 minutes to discuss this amongst ourselves?
Of course. And he kind of gestures a hand to the door. He goes, of course, this is my room, so I'll have to ask you to leave while I finish other things up.
I don't think so, Barrett. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of your fucking room.
He's not doing it.
I love the flex. I love the energy. Get out of here.
Just kidding, and I bounce out of my seat and just keep going.
Barrett's just like staring at all of you like, I have chosen poorly.
Necessity, desperation breeds. There's a whole phrase about it.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I'm trying to say.
Necessity is the mother of invention. Is one, I think, but I don't think that's what you're thinking of.
It's something like that, though. But I'm gonna give him the single like chin up, and then I'm gonna follow Cookie.
Barrett literally does not even look at Benny.
Man, this man's a motherfucker. I'm gonna spy on this bitch so hard. I'm gonna tell my sister everything, and my mom's gonna kill him.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the thing that Katara did in The Last Airbender, and I'm gonna follow after Benny, and I'm just gonna be like, I've got my eye on you, but not actually say anything, and just back out of the room and look
like the whole like
the whole two finger like yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Barrett does make eye contact with Ray and kind of just gives this like very slow pointed blink.
This man is so dangerous, and we're antagonizing him so much.
That's how cats say I love you.
Well, maybe he knows that.
Ray, he loves you.
Well, not only that, but if we don't give him some flack, then I feel like he's gonna think that he can just boss us around because he's paying for us, and then maybe later that's gonna bite us in the butt. So
exactly, we gotta stand up for ourselves.
That's right. Show him we got some cojones.
I was gonna be like, would Barrett do that? And then I was like, I don't even think I can fake that one. I think it's pretty obvious that Barrett would do that.
If he likes us so much, we could always take this to Naboris's room, you know?
Hey!
I know. I caught that. I was like, wow, they're going to be busy? That's crazy. They won't be in their room. Wild. Anyway,
Right.
okay.
The three of you have gone out into the hall.
I'm not averse to working for him. We need more money.
Oh. I mean, I'm all for doing it. We just gotta watch our backs.
Okay. Normally, I'm a DM who prefers consequence over warning people. But I want to make sure that you all are picking up on the inference here that
we're killing somebody.
That you're killing somebody.
No, I don't care about what
you leave me out. I cut myself up. You leave me out of a conversation and now you're murdering someone?
That was kind of covered at the tail end of the previous session. But
Barrett is heavily insinuating that he wants you to murder this man for him.
Which
he's not saying it directly.
Never been part of this murdering team.
You have not. You were gone.
You were, yeah, and I will say, I very much, that was something I did comment to Carissa after last session. It's like, wow, our party is weirdly okay with the idea of just being offered a hit job.
Now, that
so
being
I've been
said,
trying not to pay attention because my character shouldn't know, but screw it, I want to know. Do we know anything? Why are we killing him? Because obviously my character's gonna do it.
Why are you killing him? That's a great question.
We can interrogate him when we get there and find out what he knows. And then
you absolutely could.
That's so much worse. Kill him from a distance. Don't let him know he's gonna die. You gonna torture this man?
We can play every side if we talk to him a little bit.
You absolutely
could.
Okay.
Just because you tell Barrett yes does not mean you are locked into doing whatever you agree Barrett to do.
No one's asked Barrett why he wants this person dead. Not a single person has asked.
No,
he just
it's
said
kind
because
of been
they know too much about him.
Well, no, it's kind of been expressed. Can I sort of surmise the pieces that have already been presented to the party? Okay. As a reminder of the plot up until now, because you guys obviously this has been going on for a hot minute. You all were hired to find missing microgriffins. When you discovered the missing microgriffins, they were in the hands of smugglers who had clearly, presumably, or at least to the best of your knowledge, the merchants that were with the caravan were dead, and they had the microgriffins. These smugglers who stole these griffins had the mysterious symbol on them, clearly giving them instructions on how to steal these things. You were hired because you were then hired again to infiltrate this boat because the best assessment Drawn has is that the person who gave the information to who was somehow connected is on this boat. And now you have been seen that this symbol has appeared again in the hands of a thief who is trying to steal a ludicrously valuable map from Barrett. And Barrett is telling you that that there is somebody behind this symbol, and that somebody is who he wants you to kill. I feel that is, or at least is heavily implying that he wants you to kill them. And that is the assessment.
He wants us to take them out. Yeah. He wants them to not know everything that they know.
Pretty much.
We can just bang them up upside the head, give them some amnesia.
Problem. That's
nice
it.
Little concussion. We're good. We don't have to kill them.
A little modify memory. No one here has modify memory. It's okay.
We just take our ECT, electricity thingamajig, and then everybody, there we go.
Problem solved. You make some noxious chemicals, just, you know.
Could I use Shocking Grasp to do ECT on somebody?
There you go. You guys just torture this man to not have the memories that you don't know which ones you need to get rid of. And that's so much better than murder.
It's so much better to kill him. I just learned sleep. I can put him to sleep and then we can kill him. He won't feel it.
Because it'll be an auto crit if you attack him when he's asleep. But
Problem solved.
no. So Benny has no objections to committing murders at all. That does not bother him.
Yeah, as much as Lindsay and I were joking about how much you guys were seemingly okay with being hitmen, the reality is that all of you are very morally gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
No, I'm definitely not anti the murder. I'm anti the murder with no extra information. Like, even if I was just told he smells and so I want him dead, but nothing is not enough. I need a reason, even if it's garbage.
Well, no.
So
okay,
Barrett told the others that the reason he wants him dead is because he has worked with him in the past. And
Right,
it seems
so-
to be that the information that he has gotten from working with Barrett in the past is making him stick his nose and be able to take other contracts against Barrett.
I just
Or
missed
that's
that
his assumption
information because
anyway.
I was trying not to cheat.
Yeah.
And then I just heard us screaming about murdering people. And I was like, okay, maybe I should be illegally listening.
No, that's fine. And to be
That's
fair, having this conversation above the table as it is perfectly valid, especially because then we can just pretend that you had part of this conversation in character and you don't have to rehash the whole damn thing. We can just say they have a conversation and they reach the conclusion that you guys have reached above table, and it's like you have this conversation now or later, it doesn't matter. So
We'd fill you in.
Yeah.
So
We're not just showing up and you're like, and now we kill this
Time
guy.
for murder.
Yeah.
They
By
don't
the
even
way,
tell you.
I know
They're like,
you-
hey, we got another job. Let's get on this boat. And then you're there, and they're like, okay, time to murder this fucker.
But,
Barrett's
Hope
like,
you enjoyed
wait,
your sexy
what?
times.
But the way that Faraday would just do it, and we all know that.
But yeah, so just to clarify
His
though,
friends.
again, you guys are morally gray. I didn't have any issues with it. It was mostly just the way it happened. Like, keep in mind, you all have reality. You all have known each other for like a week, and you've got freaking Shava coming up and just offering everyone. It's like, hey, how do we feel about doing a hit? And everyone's just like, yeah, okay. Is he paying? I mean, I've got nothing else to do this weekend.
You got nothing better going on.
And so that was
I
just
do like money.
I mean, again, I have no problems with it. It's just my brain is like, well, that was easy. Carry on.
Hey, it's already
would
in the lore that Faraday has decided everyone's their friend, and Benny has said, "You're not my friend," to Faraday, and Faraday was like, "Yes, you are," and walked away. Like,
True, I forgot about that.
I too forgot
I would
about that.
I would just like to remind everyone about how on my ass you all were about lying to some guy and faced with literal
Even at the
murder.
beginning, when all we wanted to do was steal.
I helped you lie to that guy. I
she
was
did.
the magic.
My
Fairness, the one putting
You
up the
guys
most
tried
fight.
to rip my ass apart.
my criticism was not
Lying.
that you were lying. My criticism was that you were insisting that you weren't. And then you convinced me otherwise. I didn't have a problem with you lying and stealing. I had a problem with you telling me, the DM, that no, Ray
It's
is
the
not lying.
gaslighting.
It's
The gaslighting is the issue.
You can murder and steal
I'm
all you
so-
want,
I'm
just
so
don't
sorry.
lie to me about it.
I'm fine with murder, but I draw the line at gaslighting. Okay.
Guys, it's manipulate, mansplain, murder. We can't be doing the gaslight keep girl boss.
Maybe I am a gaslight girl or gatekeep girl boss. You don't know.
We're coming out with all the pride flags today.
Yes, exactly.
Ray's been non-binary from the start.
Oh.
Little did we know.
Who has? Who have I been
Different
misgendering?
human.
Ray's been a he/they from the start.
I mean, to be fair, Koki hasn't had a canonical gender either.
Yeah, I keep screwing
Yeah.
up on occasion, but yeah, Koki is canonically a they or a gendered, at least currently.
Let
Ray,
me.
but everyone kept saying he, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm a he.
I didn't
We'll switch
remember
that.
they. I'm sorry. I must have missed that. I am genuinely sorry. I did not recall that, and I apologize.
All right,
I thought
so hold
Ray
on.
was a girl and was
them.
just straight up wrong.
That's how Ray is. Everyone kept using he, him, so Ray was like, all right, cool, I guess I'll use that.
You cannot gender Ray in a way that matters.
Exactly.
I mean, if would you prefer we swap over to they though? I'm genuinely like, as the DM, this is your character. I am genuinely apologetic that I missed that about Ray's character.
No, because now Ray's kind of fond of being called he, him, so we'll take it.
He's just a little guy. Ray's gender is just a little guy.
That little guy.
It's a little
That's Ray's
birthday
gender.
boy.
Hmm.
To be
What's
fair,
her
in that way,
gender? Just a little guy.
To be fair, that is totally valid. I was thinking about gnomes. Obviously, Ray is not a gnome, but gnomes very much enjoy like nicknames and everything, and they totally are fine like with whatever people generally want to call them. So it's like in my head, it's just that, but with like pronouns. And if that is applicable, again, I am not
Gender
the most
fluidity.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining what's your gender? He, him, but in 6-point font.
Pretty much exactly that, yes.
He, him, because the people I currently like used that one first.
That's literally what it is. My friends are using he, him. This is awesome. I love being part of things.
Pog, I love to be included.
Friends? This is how you got Faraday to commit murder so quickly.
There you go. Friends.
First pronouns and now murder.
That's all it takes.
Well, okay, it's mostly just also important for me to know how people from Ray's past would then address them. So
that's actually a good point.
So in that case, then some people in Ray's past might refer to them with they, them. Do you feel that anyone in Ray's past may have addressed them with she, her pronouns at any point, you think?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Good to know. All right.
He'll use anything. I'm being like, but again, very fond of he, him because he likes being around these people, and that's what they've been using. Yeah.
No, totally fine. Mostly just like for us to know for backgroundy stuff. Cool.
For housekeeping.
Yep,
pretty much.
All right. Anyway, so you are having a conversation about potentially taking this job, and also there is the question of, if you do take this job, are there any stipulations? Do you have any further questions? This, that, or the other thing? And again, Katie, you are welcome to be in on this conversation, and we can just assume like retroactively that this happens in the future if you want to just have this conversation with peeps.
Okay.
I know we just said that Katie can have this conversation, but Katie should have this conversation after the last conversation with Barrett.
Fair. All right.
Just to keep information separately and to keep Farida's opinion from influencing what the other three think of to ask him.
This is true. My apologies. I hadn't thought of that. But at least from the standpoint of Katie, if you have questions about what people are saying, go ahead and ask, and this can be clarified. Is that fair?
Exactly.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. So for the three who are about to go back into Barrett's room, what are you thinking?
Now I'm just going back to the time when I wanted to steal the sheets at the very beginning, and everybody was like, "Wah!"
It wasn't that you wanted to steal sheets, it's that it would have been very risky for no reward.
We're about to murder someone!
For a reward.
For a reward.
For a reward.
For a reward, yeah, exactly.
That's the key part. You're getting paid.
Yeah. We are getting paid.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Farida and Koki were about to steal that old lady's sheets.
That's also an innocent old lady. This man sucks. So I'm not averse to, and he's working with people who suck. So this is not being said, but this is the process, the logical process on this end above the table. Like, Benny he'll ice anybody if he has to. He's not averse to that, but he won't. If it's an innocent person, he has to have a good reason. But if they're an evil / bad person,
Fuck 'em.
Fuck him, exactly. So that's also why he kind of wants to get information from this individual before said icing, because then not only is that information to potentially be used against Barrett, it also, it opens doors. So
yeah.
But no, so everyone at the table is okay with murder? Question mark?
Question mark.
I guess.
God damn it.
That's what I'm asking. Are you down to clown?
I'm down to say that
this
we're
far.
gonna clown and then go from there.
Is Ray down to clown?
Ray doesn't necessarily consider murder clowning, but sure.
That's the best one.
I want that cloak.
I want you to get that cloak. I want that for you.
My mind is set on that cloak the same way it was set on the duck, and through any means possible, I will get that cloak. So you know what? If murder has to happen, maybe so.
I mean, you get the cloak whether we take this job or not.
Oh, hell yeah.
Don't tell her that now, or tell him that now.
He needs Ray needs to be in on the job.
Yeah.
Don't take away motivation.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
Is there any questions you guys are going to want to ask Barrett when you go back in there?
That was going to be my question for everybody.
I want to know if this opportunity is going to open up more opportunities in the future for us. It's a consistent line of work if it does.
Okay.
That's something that I'm going to ask.
Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. Trying to remember where buttons are. I apparently accidentally locked John out of the house.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Always fun times.
Always, always.
My wife, above the table. Is Ray down to clown?
I genuinely have to think about this. I don't know.
Okay.
We're swiftly turning into a group of murder hobos, so I mean.
No, this is for a job. This is for money. This isn't just for kicks.
This is Hitman.
This has one flavor of murder hobo, and you cannot deny that.
Sure, but
straight up he smells, let's kill him.
He's stinky.
We don't like stinky faces in this group.
No.
All
Okay,
stinky faces must be removed.
sorry. What did I miss? What are we conversing?
We were just joking about whether or not Ray would be down to kill someone realistically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually really need to hop off for just a second. Lindsay.
Yes.
Considering it's mostly an information game, would you be willing to do the next scene with them talking to Barrett and getting the information about everything?
I would be okay with that if you are okay with me having the leeway to do so.
Absolutely.
Scary man.
All right.
All right.
I cannot
Be
guarantee
the scary
that-
man.
I will attempt to be the scary man. Please allow me some leniency on my ability to actually be scary.
I'm sure you'll do great. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So you guys, question was about, you mentioned one question you had. Was there anything else you guys need to discuss or have questions about before you went in to talk, or are we rocking this party?
Oh yeah, time frame on the job as well. How long is what's the expected time for us to achieve this goal as well as something I was curious about.
Okay.
And how far we're gonna have to travel.
All right.
If we even know.
And any information he has on this man otherwise, other than
Yes.
he hates us.
That he's stinky.
All right. If that is everything, then you guys are welcome to re-enter the room. You do so?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just bounced slightly into my chair again.
All right. Yes, how is everyone getting back in and getting themselves resituated?
I'm just gonna kind of wander in, do the same thing, but I'll stand in front of the chair this time.
Okay, still doing like. Sorry, repeat that one more time.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to confirm.
I'm just trying to look intimidate. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Ray's still doing the arm cross like at him. Okay, got it.
And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna resume the same tough guy pose.
Okay, behind her in
did
front.
Not seem to give a shit.
Behind her in front of the chair.
Oh, behind.
Okay. I love this. Visually, my head has this very nice tiered system of super tall Benny in a chair, Koki, and then Ray down in front. Maybe not directly in front, but like off to the side. Just visually, some good angles there. All right. So in that case, Barrett will then turn and is once again looking specifically at Koki in the chair and asks, "Well, have you come to a decision?"
We have some questions first.
Understandable.
I don't remember what our time frame. This is why I need to start taking notes.
It's okay. I can prompt you if you need prompting.
I was like, so what time frame are we looking at? I know you said you wanted us to start moving as soon as we get off the boat, but how quickly are you expecting this to happen?
Well, considering this individual would likely get informed that both of his recent endeavors have failed, it would not hit. Sorry, my tongue got stuck. Anyway, it would not be unlikely that he would attempt to flee, and as such, quickly, specifically within the day.
Oh, geez. And do you have any information on his whereabouts and anything else that you would like to inform us about? Or even if you don't like to inform us about.
I will tell you what I know and what is necessary for you to complete this.
I think we're waiting.
Well, considering you haven't told me whether or not you're taking this, it would be imprudent of me to tell you what that information is until you have accepted.
I see, and that lies a problem because we have a problem accepting until we figure out what this exact beef is between the two of you.
Koki's killing it right now. Just FYI.
No. Very good. I do love this vibe. It's very good. I feel I've made that fairly clear.
Other than the fact that he knows something about you, that's not quite enough for three of us to go killing somebody.
Well, he is, in this instance, he's also, or he wouldn't say, sorry, my brain. Hang on. Let me put the words in a correct order.
Channel mean guy.
What?
Be the strongest guy.
Well, considering I assume you're assuming you know the same amount that Shava did, you are aware that the individual associated with that symbol that came up earlier has, at the very least, attempted to steal from me. You have seen that he was involved in the theft or otherwise holdup of the micro griffins. Since I don't exactly know what happened there, but considering the length of time and the individual involved, I can only assume the merchants are no longer with us. I can assure you this, if it's a moral quandary that impedes you, I can assure you this individual is willing to do just about anything for money and has in fact done many things for money, including but not limited to extortion, theft, murder, and probably various other crimes that I'm not even immediately aware of, but I know this individual's reputation precedes them.
Okay, and they're completely out of game because I'm having a hard time keeping a straight face when he's telling me all of this, when he's asking us to hire to kill somebody. Do we know anything else that Barrett has done aside from trying to kill this man that is also nefarious or illegal or immoral?
No. As far as actually from what you remember of what Drawn told you, Barrett's crimes almost exclusively that he is aware of have been mostly white collar shit, like minor, like clerical errors that would result in fines, but somehow always seem to benefit Barrett on the back end.
Mm.
So as far as you know, this man is mostly white collar.
Okay, so this is also probably his first foray into illegal shit, as far as we know.
Or it's his first time being upfront about it with people who have connections to the guild. I ain't trust this man. I know he's up to some shady shit.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't trust anybody who just says, I want you to kill somebody because they know too much about me.
Ice this guy. Benny will speak up, if you don't mind.
Take it away.
If we succeed on this job for you, are there opportunities for us to work together in the future?
So he is still continuing to not look specifically at Benny, but he's still going to be looking at Coakley, but he is going to answer the statement that Benny has made clearly. I do employ many people to do various things. It would not be impossible, and even if you were uninterested in continuing work with me, there are other individuals or groups I might be able to give you a doorway into if you are looking for work of any description.
Give me a light squeeze on the shoulder if you don't want to kill this man.
I'm not gonna give you a squeeze. I'm okay. I'm okay with the job, and I'm okay with killing the guy. So I'm gonna let you ride it out. I'm just gonna give a little nod.
All right, and I can't remember. Is that all our questions?
Repeat that one more time, Gina.
I was just gonna say I would have to physically turn around and squeeze.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna do that.
You can wait. You don't have a tail or anything. I was like, you can swat me, but never mind.
No, he has a tail.
I have a tail.
Yeah, okay.
He's a fluffy boy. He has a fluffy tail.
With your tail.
There will be no swat.
Okay. And was that all of our questions? I can't remember.
I think that was it. I think that was all we had. Oh, I forgot to say that I wanted to know specifically how much we'd be paid, but it's okay. It's all right. He hates me right now, so I'm not going to ask that.
Right. Well, and Carissa said it was going to be pretty darn heavily above what the guild was going to pay us. So,
which is
true.
Okay.
We were okay being paid whatever we were by the guild, but we also weren't killing somebody. So I feel like it's fair.
Yes.
Didn't we kill like 3 bandits already?
Yes, because they were aggressing upon you, arguably. Well, specifically, you stumbled upon them trying to shoot down your bird bro, whose name escaped. Quell.
Okay. No, now I understand how this could be considered different.
Also, those were NPCs. They're not real people.
I mean, technically Barrett is also an NPC.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean. You mean red shirts.
Yes, I do mean red shirts.
All right.
Then no, I don't. Benny has no more questions, and he's not going to squeeze.
Okay. Well, Mr. Barrett, if I'm reading the room correctly, then I believe we have an agreement. We will do as you wish.
Very good. I will provide you with more details before you get off this boat. I need to sort of compile them, but I can at least inform you that the individual is stationed, operates out of a shop in the capital city that we are about to be approaching, Trinthity. So, your concerns about being able...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, your concerns about being able, the shortness, the brief... My brain glitched on words. Brevity. Your concerns about the brevity of the time frame should be assuaged somewhat.
Okay. And approximately how much time do we have until we port?
We will dock first thing in the morning. The passengers do not need to get off the boat until around 11-ish or so. It's so that they can sit and enjoy breakfast before departing. But you should be able to leave at first light.
Okay. And how soon do you expect to give us the information that you are needing for us to do our job?
Okay, as a DM, I forget what time in game it is right now and how long between
so do
now.
So I'm like, how much time do we have to talk this over and make a plan?
Fuck. Sorry. So at the very least, you have 8 hours. You have long rest. I want to say the auction started at like 9, and it probably didn't go for like more than an hour or two. There weren't that many things. Like, no, it couldn't have even gone for 2. Like 2 hours max.
I was like, we did like 3 things.
Yeah, like it started like 2 hours max, and then probably not even that. I'd say it's like, oh, but then you guys met. I'm gonna say like it's 11-ish now. So
Okay.
assume he's gonna get you the stuff at like, shoot,
Midnight?
first. Oh crap, it's like late autumn. So okay, maybe not first light. Because I just realized first light would be like
2
6
hours.
Would be like 6 a.m. Shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's say he's gonna like gonna get you there at like 7 or 8. Because they don't have to get off the boat until like 11. And I was thinking like breakfast starts getting served at like 7 or 8. Like that's when they dock and stuff. Is that okay? This is subject to change because I don't remember what time frames are. We had this written down and I don't remember where we put it. So just know, yes, we are going to give you time to discuss and prep. You will also have time to make a full rest so that you aren't like missing HP or anything. And he will get you the relevant information before you have to GTFO the boat. Carissa, for context, there was a question about, because basically Barrett, they have agreed to do the mission, and Barrett gave them the basis information that the individual in question operates out of a storefront in Trinthity, the capital city that they are approaching, but said that he would get him the rest of the information before they have to, just before they have to leave off the boat.
Okay.
And then they were asking, how long is that? And I'm like, fuck, I forget what time is. And then was just telling them, you have at least like 8 hours of rest. And then you also have the travel time between the dock and the capital city. It's like a 30-minute walk or so.
Yeah.
So you will have time to figure stuff out. And keep in mind, he just suggested the day. You could, like, spend time prepping, staking out, doing anything else before you actually like try to raid the place, because raiding a storefront at like 9 a.m, maybe not the smartest idea. You could try it. I'd love to see the plan, because watching your guys' minds work and come up with incredibly batshit but glorious plans is part of what makes being a DM the most awesomest thing in the frickin' world. So just to give you some idea, you will have time to plan out how you're going to get this shit done. We would not deny that.
Okay. Because that was my thing. I was like, what time? I'm assuming the stuff that he's going to give us is like what time the store opens, if he takes a lunch, where does it go, like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like how we can find this man so that we may plan our ambush accordingly.
All right. Oh, and Carissa, the only other thing that I feel like was kind of mentioned that you would need to know about, and I think this was accurate based off of like what I know of stuff, was they asked if, excuse me, Barrett would have more jobs for them, and Barrett indicated that he would potentially have more jobs for them, or he might be able to set them up with other individuals if they were looking for work. Yep, I figured based off of what I knew about him and the various stuff that would be within his purview. Just wanted to confer with you since this is your dude. All right. All right.
Is the Barrett conversation done?
Well, my three bros, is the Barrett conversation done?
I'm done.
I think so.
Okay, then when they come to me and tell me we're going to murder someone, I want to look Benny directly in the eyes and say, I would do it for a friend.
You're such a fucker.
Just stare at him.
She's been sitting on that one.
I know for months. Real time months.
You know what? Benny's not going to acknowledge that. Instead, you know what he's going to say? Ray was thinking of committing some theft tonight. Would you do that for a friend?
Yes.
Oh, Ray looks so happy about that.
I love when the party just works well together and gets everyone in on the shit they want. It's beautiful.
I can't believe.
Also, if he owns a store, can I just ask my very rich ladies to buy me something from that store to distract them?
Theoretically.
You could get them involved.
If they don't already have plans to do other things. But that being said, Koki, this is the first time you've heard about said theft.
What theft?
Is that what Koki's asking, or is that you not remembering the conversation?
Both.
Okay.
Oh, so I think you guys had the theft conversation
she was
when
well
I
away,
muted
yeah.
myself.
Oh, right,
right.
Okay, so summary.
So I knew that there was plans to steal something or to steal something. I just don't know anything about it.
Okay, summary. Nabora, Barrett's lawyer, bought a cloak of stealth. Cloak of something. What was it, Carissa?
Cloak of stealth.
Cloak of stealth. Bought a cloak of stealth. Ray wants this cloak of stealth. And so Ray is planning to infiltrate the room of Nabora, again, Barrett's lawyer, and her husband, to obtain this said cloak.
Okay.
How the party chooses to explain this to Koki, I will let them decide. But to you, the player, that is what is being discussed.
I mean, a cloak of stealth may come in handy if we're trying to kill somebody, so I'm just saying.
Exactly. He really wants that cloak. He'll say what.
All right, we can just take out. We can help them steal the cloak.
The cloak.
You are breaking up something fierce, and I didn't hear a word you just said.
Oh, I have nothing now. Have we lost him?
Goodbye, Ray.
Well, no, it was Kelsey that I couldn't hear. Did Ray also
Goodbye,
disappear?
Kelsey.
Oh, it was me.
Yeah.
It was you.
Yeah, you were the one who
No,
I
I
was saying
was-
I couldn't understand. I'm sorry.
It was not important. My bad.
No, you're good. We were worried your computer took a
Wasn't
shit
important.
again.
It is.
It's still doing it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm discording through my
Well, that's right. She is running off with the other one.
phones.
Well, then the fact
Down.
that she's glitching out is even more confusing.
You might want to log in and out. Yeah.
Yep.
There was someone here to speak to her in real life.
Wow. Convenience.
Hello.
Is it better now?
Yes.
So much.
Yes.
Okay. Fatty.
No
All right.
worries. All right.
So
So
here's.
quick. Sorry,
ahead.
I just was gonna say, because it sounds like we might be sort of venturing into evening activities, including an up to theft. Just a heads up, it is 9. Obviously, we don't have a hard cutoff necessarily like usual. If we want to keep going, we can, but I did want to give people the out now as necessary.
I will have to be off probably around 9:30.
Okay, I don't think we can do
Oh,
a
I
heist
think-
in 20 minutes. So
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's 9:15. Probably.
Well, then first thing next time, Ray gets to get his cloak.
Carissa, are you
guys
thinking we
can tell
can
me that
do
we're
it in
gonna
20
steal the cloak?
minutes?
I think we can do it in 20 minutes.
All right.
Nice. I get to roll this die.
Let's do some dice rolling, guys. All right. Around what time of day do you guys want to get started on this heist?
Middle of the night.
Middle of the night?
No, wait, no,
Wait,
no,
I
no.
thought we
because,
were docking until the morning.
Yeah, no, wasn't
Not that
Shava
heist.
for Ray's cloak?
For the cloak.
Oh, gotcha.
Wasn't Shava taking Nabora and her husband up to see some other things? So now would be the time to do it since they're not going to be in the room.
There is.
You guys gonna tell me what's going on?
4 people. What information do you guys give Coquet? There you go.
I wanted that. I didn't want it. I
But
want
what
it.
do we get out of it? Are we getting a cut of your pay later on to help you do this?
Hey, Ray deserves that cloak.
She can deserve it all she wants. We all worked for it.
Will you eat one of the beans?
Eat one of the beans?
I don't think I ever said no to the beans, did I?
The only
Did I
person
say
who
no
ate
to
a bean was Benny because he rolled terribly.
I'm gonna look at Koki very seriously, and I'm gonna say, because we're friends, and that's what friends do.
God damn it.
Help you steal shit. Oh shit, I just burned my mouth. Okay.
Does that work
All
on
right, what do we
Koki?
do?
All
What do we do?
right, works on Koki. All right, so now there's now 4 of you in on this little heist. As you mentioned,
Maybe I'll find
yes,
something in the ring.
Shava
Okay.
is off talking to Nabora and Bellis on the upper level of the ship. Where would you all like to be while this heist is going on? You do have comms.
We do have comms.
Oh.
My idea was actually that we could cause a double distraction. Because if we have someone distracting the guards, they're going to be on higher alert for that front door, which will leave the balcony more open.
Okay.
I
as a
would
note
love
and a
to be one of the distractions.
Sorry, as a note and reminder, there are not guards at Nabora's door.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
No.
So
So-
the guards are at the door where you suspect the thief is being kept.
which is in the middle row of rooms. Nabora's room and also Barrett's room is like it, because remember the map was flat and kind of stacked. So Thief and Guard's in the middle, Nabora's room, Barrett's on the bottom row. The only thing you have to worry about is that one of the guards is patrolling basically around that center row of rooms so that he can keep an eye basically on all the main ways somebody might get access to it.
So we just have to worry about the one guard doing a patrol.
Yes. He does pass through the lower hall, but he is not. There is no one at the door or stationed in this hallway.
Cool. Okay.
Well, then in that case, if the others are willing to pay attention, and make sure that no one comes up on me, I would like to sneak up to that door and use my thieves' tools to try to get in as quickly as I can.
Okay.
I'm
gonna be as close to you as possible.
I'd like to go directly in front of the guard who's doing his whatever, and trip. Like, I want to fail an acrobatics roll and genuinely hurt myself.
Okay.
Watch this be the one time you roll a nat 20.
Oh, you can choose to fail anything.
You can choose to fail.
You're a true homie.
All right.
Like, I have cure wounds or whatever. Like, I've done this before that I just hurt my character and I just assume that it'll fix itself. And, like, if I genuinely hurt myself, I feel like he'll come help me. Like, it's not deception.
Yeah, if you're hurt, you're hurt. All right. So in the general chat, I just posted the general layout of the boat on the mid floor. So that big room in the bottom left is Nabora and Bellis's. So beside the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
The upper hall, those two little shields and swords, those are the two guards.
Okay.
And then the guard that is making loops is going clockwise. So, Farida, where do you want to do this trip and fall?
In a loop that's on the not side where we're trying to sneak in. Because I don't totally understand what you just said, but on the other end of the loop.
Okay. I'll just put you in the upper right-hand corner falling.
Okay, slay.
Okay. Koki, I heard that you wanted to do something. What did you want to do?
I wanted to be as close to the person who's entering the room.
Okay. So, Koki the entrance to Bellis and Nabora's room, if you guys are looking at the map, there is kind of like this inlet between the single rooms in Bellis and Nabora's. That little white spot, that is the door into there. So there's kind of like a little itty bitty mini hallway up until the door. So Koki, you can stand straight at the top of that hallway and keep an eye out.
I want to keep an eye out. I want to go into the room with her.
Oh shit! Go into the room with her. Benny, what do you want to do?
I'll be lookout then.
Benny will be the lookout at the top of the hallway.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, are we still in the planning stage? Or have I committed to what I said?
You can change it.
No,
We have not executed the plan.
How do we feel about someone stabbing me? And I run up saying, I've been stabbed. That seems like a bigger deal.
The issue is we won't be very convincing as a team if we stab each other. I feel like it'll damage our credibility as much as I would love to stab you.
But what if I consent?
Well, then I'm worried about if it's something that is nefarious in nature, then they'll go looking more quickly to find whoever did it.
Okay,
and then we'll lose their attention.
I understand that.
I'll stab you another time.
Does anyone have a spell that can temporarily change our appearances? Because Barrett has seen us, and we don't. In the unlikely event that we get caught, we don't want to look like us immediately.
Yeah, I have disguise self, but that doesn't help because I'm the distraction.
You can disguise yourself as a distraction, though, so they can't say that
Please.
you're the one causing the distraction.
That's great news, guys. I'm disguising myself. I'm now a 43-year-old man who's going through a bitter divorce.
Congratulations.
Sorry to hear that.
Is his name Greg?
Yes, you know what? It'll be Greg.
Greg.
Damn it, Greg!
Damn it, Greg. I think Greg is the only one who has access to that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, I only got cantrips, baby.
Yeah, and Chava isn't with you, and I don't think has access to that anyways. And Koki might eventually get stuff like that, but not currently.
Not right now.
I'm alive.
All right. So, any other alterations? Are we going?
I think
Do
that's
it.
the plan.
That's
All
the
right.
plan. Old man's breaking his hip.
All right, old man,
Go
go break your
hip.
hip. So as the guard is walking down the hallway, he sees Greg. Greg, what do you look like?
I think you can't change how many appendages you have, so I'm just gonna be an older dragonborn because I think that those still exist. But I have
That
like
is true.
wrinkles, and I'm no longer blue. I'm gonna be gray. Is that a color? I'm gonna be green.
Works. Just
And I'm gonna trip on like a rug or something, and I'm gonna scream, "Damn it, Lorraine!" as I break my hip and fall to the ground because I know it was my ex-wife's fault.
It totally was. She's here too on the boat.
I'm sure she is, and I'm gonna like call out to the guard for help because I'm in pain.
It was your guys' 25th anniversary, and it was already paid for, so you're stuck here together.
Absolutely, that's what happened.
Why let a good vacation go to waste just because you're getting divorced, you know?
Exactly! Problem solved. Sorry, I'm adding to this a little bit too much. All right. So as the guard comes around the corner and sees this elderly dragonborn fall, let's see. It works really well. He buys it, hook, line, and sinker. He runs up to you and he's like, "Oh my gosh, sir, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere?"
Yeah, man, my hip's broken because fucking Lorraine put this rug here, and I'm just gonna go off. I'm not even talking about how it hurts anymore. I'm simply just complaining about my ex-wife because Faraday is so excited to play a character.
Okay. And as Faraday's kind of like going off and having a great time, you can just see that overwhelmed customer service face overcome this man's face. Just this look of like, "Oh God, your life story. That's sad, but I don't care. But I can't say that." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, yeah." But he's bought it. He thinks you're genuinely hurt because you are. And you're just doing such a good job. He's not finding a good place to cut in and be like, "Should we get you help?" He's just like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, sir." So while that's happening, you kind of get like a trinkle of that through your guys' little sending stones that are in your ears, and you know it is time. The guard is distracted. So go ahead, Ray, if you want to give me that check.
Oh Lord. You got this, Ray. You fucking got this.
You got it.
You got this.
I'm rolling for Dex. Okay.
Plus proficiency, right? Dex plus proficiency for
Yeah.
Thieves'
Because
Tools?
you've got Thieves' Tools, so go with the proficiency.
So that would be Dex plus 2.
$14. Ignore the short bow. I don't know what that was.
Okay. As you jingle it, it actually comes open really easy and pops open. There is a small candle lit on the far side of the room, but otherwise it is empty.
Ah.
If you want, you can be rolling your physical dice. You don't have to be rolling in here. That was just for me.
You had
I was trying. But I rolled the physical dice first, and then I was trying to roll the one in here.
Gotcha. Whichever you prefer. I know you were excited to use them.
Because
excuse you.
My proficiency is +2, but apparently I also get an additional
+1 from something.
Yeah.
Okay, so you upped it 1. We'll just up it 1 for now on.
That would be 15 then, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got in with 0 problems. There's a nice, solid, soft click, and the door swings open.
Do I see anything that looks out of place?
All right, so as you guys are looking around, I'll start describing things if you both would roll me perception while I work on the general introduction first, and then I'll describe more. Because I'm assuming Koki, you're coming in right behind her.
Yeah.
Okay. So while you guys are looking around, like I said, there's that candle on the far side that's kind of giving this soft luminescence. The room is pristine, even compared to Barrett's. Everything is put just so. The paperwork on the table is angled just so. It looks like the clothes were actually put away in the chest and in the drawers just so. There's not a lot of things out of place, except for 3 packages on the bed.
I rolled a 15 on that perception, and I want to make a straight beeline for those packages.
Okay. So.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit. Okay,
Oh,
you guys are
yeah.
doing
God damn
great. All of the thievery. All right. Let's start with Ray, because he's already moving. All right. So, Ray, as you are making your way towards it, you notice a couple of things. One, there is nothing that looks like anything's actually been lived in here. There's no like drinks, no cups, no food that needs to be returned from waiters or anything like that. There is no crumbs. There's literally nothing, and you can smell from outside on the balcony a slight scent of old hookah kind of wafting in, the sickly sweet tobacco smell. You also notice as you were kind of like darting past it to get to the 3 packages that are kind of illuminated by the far candle, there is also what appears to be some sort of manuscript book with a language you don't recognize written on the cover.
Well, that does kind of catch my attention, but I want to check the bed first.
Okay, let me give Koki what she sees, and then we'll go back to what you find on the bed. All right, Koki, you see all. Life is open before you, and for whatever reason, the lovely existence of finally being able to steal something again after all of your life of like breaking into vaults with your family, it's just setting those kitty tingles ablaze. You would know from just like little bits, little hints here and there of the information that you've gathered through like being comfortable with like an herbalism kit and several other things and this, that, and the other. You have no clue what it says, absolutely no clue at all what it says, but you recognize the font and the writing on the cover of that manuscript that Ray kind of like went past. It's Druidic. So that's what's on the counter. You also notice that there is another candle out in the hall, not on the hall, on the balcony, where that smell of hookah is coming through, and that the desk does have a couple drawers in it as well that are closed but do not appear to be locked.
Anything directly in my sight that would... I can't remember. Do I need materials for my bombs? I think I do, right?
You do.
Yeah. So anything that would be helpful for possible future bomb making.
Okay. Nothing immediately pops out to you, but the desk might be a good place to check, or there's a chest at the foot of the bed.
Oh, and
the chest does have a lock on it.
Oh, boo. All right, well, let's start with the desk.
All right, so back to the bed. As you run up to the bed, you notice, Ray, one package is definitely soft and kind of like folded in on itself in very thin paper. The other 2 packages are also closed. One of them has what appears to feel like wood inside of it, at first touch, and then the other one seems to have a kind of like in between texture of the two. Seems to be giving a little bit, but is not as rigid as the one and not nearly as soft as the bigger package that seems to have some sort of cloth in it.
Oh, I want to take them all so bad.
Take them all.
Oh, I really do. But I want to reach for the one that seems like fabric first.
Okay.
And I want to try to open it in a way that makes it less obvious that someone pulled it open.
Okay, roll me a dex roll.
Ability check or saving throw?
Ability check.
That's okay. That's what I thought.
All right. Luckily, there doesn't seem to be any specialty things going on about the packaging, so you very easily just slide a claw underneath the tucked in part and pop it open. And from the opening on the top of the packaging, you can see that is definitely the cloak.
Yes, it's mine. Haha. I would like to shove it into my bag that I have with me, and then I do want to take a look at the other two packages and try to figure out what they are without opening them first, seeing that like a kid on Christmas. I'm trying to see if I can tell what it is without opening it.
So the firmer one of the two, once you pick it up, you can confirm it seems to definitely be something made out of wood. Through the packaging paper, you can feel something that feels like an engraving of some sort. It could just be decorative. It could be something else. It doesn't seem to have any kind of like thrum of magic to it. The other one seems to be leather of some variety. It kind of like pulls and tugs on the paper as you move it across it, and it's a little supple, but other than that, there's not much you can tell.
Koki, do you have detect magic or anything like that?
I don't think so.
I don't
Pretty
think
sure
you do.
no.
No, you don't.
Dang it.
Unfortunately, the two people who have access to detect magic are not currently present. One of them
not in the
is one of them is cosplaying as Greg, the elderly divorcee dragonborn. And the other one is distracting the people whose room you are looting right now. So
Fair enough. I'm gonna leave them there for right now because I want to join Koki over at the desk and see what's going on in that direction.
Okay. Koki, as you're looking around inside of the desk, there seems to be a handful of things that you could probably snag without being noticed too terribly much. Some bits and pieces of herbs and spices here and there. Some things that maybe would make your bombs explode in a slightly different color kind of stuff. Nothing too great. But as you open up the drawer, the bottom drawer of the desk, and it slides open, give me a perception check, both of you, with advantage because of your keen hearing.
Hey, she's not doing too bad.
Hey.
Nice. So you both can hear it as you pull out the drawer. There's that sound, the of the drawer getting pulled out. But as you stop moving it, about half a second later, you hear a thunk. And it almost sounds like there's something inside the drawer moving. But you don't see anything.
Like a secret compartment?
Yes.
I'd say it sounded like something dropped in the back or something.
Yeah.
What about lifting the bottom? Lifting to see if like there's a secret bottom or something.
As you kind of stick your hand inside of the drawer to see if there's something in there, you feel like that telltale lip right up against the front of the drawer, and you can easily slip your finger in there and pull it up if you want.
Heck yeah.
Do it.
All
Do
right.
it. Do it.
As you do, luckily there was nothing kind of trapping it. It is just a luxury boat, so there is no secret things happening here. But underneath it, you see what appears to be a hand-carved wooden mask. there's not a ton of details into it, but there seems to be some intricately carved filigree pieces along the edge. You'll definitely have to get a better look at it later to really understand what those are. But
well, that means it's
not
coming
normal.
with me.
Absolutely.
All right.
I
At
mean,
this point,
I'll also take whatever herbs and colors and whatever that I found before.
dope. Around this time, Greg, your distraction is starting to wear off. You can the guard is like, all right, sir, I understand you're very frustrated, but we do need to go get you some help now. I can take you over to the workers' quarters, and they probably have some first aid stuff there. Would you like me to help you over there?
Ooh boy, do I get to roll something?
Oh yeah, roll persuasion.
Fuck, went off the table. What if I didn't roll something? I got an 8, which is I got a 12. I have a +4 in persuasion.
Okay, yeah. What do you want to tell him?
I want to tell him that. Would I know where the quarters are? Like, do I know if it's okay to go there? Or if that's in, like, a bad direction?
If you head straight from where you are down to the quarters, there is no line of sight into the doorway into Nabora and Bellis's room.
All right, then I'm going to say, yeah, that would be helpful, but I need to go really slowly because it hurts really bad, and I'm going to see my way there to try to buy time.
You kind of see the man, like, swallow and go, of course, sir. Of course, sir. At this point, the two guards that were in that top hall have kind of, like, started looking at you out of the corner of their eye, but they have not left their post. They're still standing there. All right, back in the room. Ray, how many thefts realistically have you committed? How experienced of a thief is Ray?
He's definitely more experienced with sleight of hand and smaller things. So, probably anything bigger than like a suitcase, he doesn't have a lot of experience with, but things he can conceivably hide either in his bag or on his person, he's stolen a lot of those.
Is he more like pickpocket, shop, heist? Where is the majority of his experience lie?
Pickpocketing.
So there's something very important about pickpocketing that all of a sudden starts raising the hair on the back of Ray's neck up, that he suddenly realized. And that is the nicest thing about pickpocketing, is that you take what you want and you blend into a crowd. You've taken what you've wanted, but you're still on this boat for 8 hours. And there's a very obviously missing package on that bed.
Well, if I take the other two, then it'll look like nothing was delivered.
That is an option.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the way out.
Sound logic.
I'm gonna do that on the way out. I'm gonna grab the other two things too. Because then it's gonna be like, well, they lost her packages or they weren't delivered yet, and no one's gonna think, oh, it was stolen.
Okay. Well, grab those other two packages. They're not as big as the cloak, so they fit pretty easily underneath the arm.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Let's book it.
Who's grabbing the mask? Was it Cookie?
Yeah.
Okay, Cookie, you have a mask of unknown regions. You have a cloak and two small packages of Lord knows what at this point. Are you leaving?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you going?
Where is Benny?
Meeting up with the others.
Benny is sitting like right outside the door, kind of watching out into the hallway.
Yeah, I'm keeping lookout.
Then I am going to start furiously tapping Benny and gotta go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okie dokie, I'll quick step. Since they're probably going to do their cat their cat running. I will quick step to keep up.
Ray, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh God.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. He's actually pretty smart. He's pretty smart.
I was going to say, if I remember what sub you wanted to go to, I was pretty sure int was an important skill. Maybe it was wisdom. I don't remember. Anyway. Oh no.
Great.
Roll me a second one. We'll take the higher of the two.
God.
Better?
The skin of your teeth. So as you're tapping Benny on the shoulder, you have a dawning realization that door was locked.
Can't just lock it from the inside and close it?
You could.
You
But
just
you didn't.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
You gotta reverse thieves twist it.
If you want, you can totally just lock the door and close it from the outside.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna do that. Oh my God.
Okay. So Ray remembers that off the top of their head. Like, wait, shit, no. Locks the door, closes it behind them gently, and you all skedaddle into the hallway. With you knowing where Ferda, Greg, has started to take the distraction, you guys will definitely want to go right down the hall to avoid people. Your room's doors, where you guys are allowed to be staying, is actually to the left, however. So when you guys are looking at that map that I put in the chat, your room is the one with the little green dot marker on it. So it is in the middle row on the very end. So you have multiple options. You can go right away from the distraction and try to figure out somewhere else to hang out and figure out what you're doing. Or you can try to make a quick dart left into your room, or you can come up with something that I haven't offered and tell me what you'd like to do.
How many people are around?
As it stands, nobody's around aside from you can kind of hear on the hall on the other side of the rooms the slow meandering of a complaining Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Greg is a vital member of this party.
Greg is.
Always has been, always will be.
Love you, Greg.
Fuck Lorraine.
Fuck Lorraine.
She didn't know what she was
She doesn't know what she lost, you know? Fuck Lorraine.
Greg's. Yeah, fuck Lorraine. You know what?
Ride or die for our bitch, Greg.
Oh my gosh.
Greg broke his hip for this team.
Exactly.
Go, Greg, go.
I want you to know that when I was like, what if I just simply broke myself again, that your face just fell, and you're like, why does Katie keep...
I love the creativity of it. It's great.
It's fantastic. It is really good. I just feel bad for Farida. Got arthritis by 50.
Okay, here, wait. Oh, hold on. Brainwave. So I had to look up which rooms were which earlier. Would I know of, and like, would I have a good idea of the general layout of which rooms are where?
How good would you say is Benny at memorizing things?
Benny's smart as fuck. That's the second highest stat, if I'm remembering right.
I was going to say int is his casting stat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say that's pretty fair, because he actually, one of the things when you were talking about the boat, I remember now, you actually did want to know the layout of things, so I think it is absolutely reasonable that Benny would have a basic understanding of the layout. So what do you want to know?
I want to know, so Faraday's got them on the right-hand side, and so we would go to the left, presumably. What is...
So Farida has them running through the north hall. So the upper hall there, if you're looking at the picture. And they're going this way towards like where like the kitchens and stuff are.
Oh, gotcha. And we're in this bottom right room, correct?
You're in the bottom left room. Yep.
Room. So we should go, if we go right, we'll avoid them.
If you go right, you'll avoid them, but your room is that one like straight above on the end.
Well, technically that's Farida and Ray's room. I assume Benny as a work staff has a different quarters that he can that he would reside in.
Yes, that is the people who has tickets room.
Yes.
Benny does not really have a room. They have some
No.
shared bunks.
I'm bunking. Okay.
Where are we going, Benny?
Where's my sister's in the middle, isn't she?
Yes, but her door's on the opposite side.
Fuck me. Never mind. That was my plan. Okay. Shite. Well, there's no reason we can't just do a little circuit, except for the fucking guard. Shit. Fuck.
I think we could book it.
Your door is facing you. Like, it's facing the South Hall. It's just on the end.
Well, let's just go for the door.
Yeah. I say we book it into our room real quick.
Yeah. I think we're safe.
Everybody roll me stealth.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, everybody. 17.
Hold on.
Plus 3. 20 stealth.
Jesus Christ.
20.
But a fake 20.
You don't need to be
and
stealthy.
a 21.
Goddamn. All right,
and a
Benny.
21. Benny?
Ready for me to ruin it?
Benny!
Oh. Benny better be going the other way.
Well, my stealth might actually be a hindrance. Benny!
Where did Greg go?
Where's Greg?
just poofs, from right beside him. just is, walking in the opposite direction with no limp at all. Come on!
I thought that old man's leg was broken.
Wasn't my leg legitimately broken?
No, you said it was
your hip was broken.
But considering it's actually very difficult for a young person to do that, you could still twist your hip and pop it or something. You could hurt yourself in a way that isn't specifically breaking your hip. But yes.
Hey, DMs. What are the odds that you'll count this as a group stealth check? And let my bad roll not ruin it for everybody.
Farida.
Yes.
Give me a flat charisma check.
Charisma. Okay. What do I add to charisma?
That would be your modifier, which is let me look at your sheet here,
3?
which was presented. So you will add +2 to your roll.
19.
Okay. So you can hear, just because you kind of know what's going on, a door being opened in the other hall. And as you hear that, you kind of know there's probably only one person or one group of people that could be. So as that door opens, you hear you can't let it fail now, so you cough. And it covers the now sound. Are you quick thinking? And you need to say something to the guard to continue up the charade of covering up the sound of Benny way too hastily closing the door to the rooms. What do you say?
About my cough? Oh my god. So back 18 years ago, when I first caught Lorraine with Dave, I started smoking, right? Because I didn't want to handle it. And now I'm up to 2 packs a day.
2?
You know what? She's still with Dave. Dave's on the boat right now.
Oh god.
Fuck Dave. Fuck him.
Fucking Christ.
I think at this point Greg has more backstory than Farida does.
Greg has a rich inner life.
Good for Greg.
Yep.
All right. So you guys get into the room pretty easily. Benny, you do close that door a little bit too loud. But luckily, people do open and close doors, and Farida seemed to cover it for you. So you're fine. And you are all now comfortably within the room, in which is attached to Farida and Ray's name. And that is where we will end it for the night.
Can I also just say, I rolled my physical die to see if it would have rolled any better, and I rolled a 5 on my physical die.
Well,
just like I rolled in the game.
I love that.
Knows.
It said roll a 5, period.
It's like, that's
you get
it.
a 5, and you're going to like it.
It's all you get tonight. A 5.
A 5.
But you got more Greg backstory out of that 5, so who really won?
Yeah, we all win tonight.
I really hope Greg becomes a recurring disguise.
He should be.
Greg can be anybody, you know. Greg doesn't have to be a dragonborn. Greg can be whoever you want him to be.
Greg is a state of
Greg
mind.
is a state of mind.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Lindsay, do you want to do our outro?
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot there is a recording button going on right now. So with that, we will end this session of the Dead Sea God, and we will bid you all adieu.